tuning in to Community Updates. We are right here on WJZZ Cool TV Community Updates. And this evening, we have Miss Crescenda Mickles. My name is Michelle White. I'm your host for this evening, and our other host will be here shortly. And we've got Miss Crescenda Mickles from PDW Workforce. You've been hearing me share a lot of information about different employment opportunities and jobs all around the country. Well, we have the lady live and in person right here who I've been sharing a lot of the employment company opportunities about. Miss Crescenda Mickles is going to tell us um, about many of the opportunities. And Miss Mickles, normally I start out telling about job and employment opportunities, but because we're going to be talking about that with you here as our guest today, and I'm so excited to have you because there's so many people that are looking for employment opportunities or they're not thinking that they can, and you have a myriad of things from driving cars, from simple things to more labor intensive things. So you're going to be telling us more about that. But I'm going to share with you, I'm also a Lions Club member, and Lions Club is a international organization, a service organization where we help people all over the line. Wherever there's a need, there's a lion. And we just had a wonderful feeding where we fed and created 25,000 meals, a meal packing program for, we worked with Kids Coalition Against Hunger. And we packed 25,000 meals for people in the community that need food. And so we have another event that'll be coming up, and I want to share it with our community. We will be working the Detroit Jazz Fest in downtown Detroit. And we need some volunteers that can come out and work the Jazz Fest. We'll have a food booth, food and beverage booth, and we need volunteers for September 3rd through the 5th. And we'll have three different shifts of 9 a.m. to midnight. And so if you'd like to come out and volunteer to work with the Lions Club, then you can also participate in the festival and have fun and food and games and rides and hear the music, all while serving. As a Lions Club member, our motto is "We serve." And so if you'd like to do that, please give me a call here at the station, or I'm going to give my number, but my number is 248-238-4863. Again, I'm Lion Michelle White, and you can give me a call at 248-238-4863 if you'd like to volunteer. We have a few volunteer opportunities that have arisen. We have a bed making where we're going to make beds for children through Sleep in Heavenly Peace. And we're making the materials are being provided by a particular company, and we'll be putting together beds for youth that are sleeping on the floor. So if you know, we announced this before when we did it a month or so ago. But if you'd like to come out and volunteer, make some beds, we need some volunteers to come out, and that date is coming up soon. I don't have that date in front of me, but it is coming up. And if you'd like to volunteer, again, you can reach me at 248-238-4863. And that'll be on a Saturday, that I can tell you. But you're watching us here live on WJZZ Cool TV. I always ask our guests to please get your paper and pencil out because we purpose ourselves here on Community Updates to give you the type of information that you're going to want to write down. So you can reach us here at the station at 313-355-6018. Again, that's 313-355-6018. So what else did I want to share with you today? So another thing is you can get Sinai Hospital in Northwest Detroit. There's opportunities for you to get paid for living near your work, and you could be eligible to receive up to $10,000 towards purchasing or renovating a home within Northwest Detroit. And if you're interested in that, so it says live local, Northwest Detroit, get paid for living near work. You may be eligible for up to $10,000 towards purchasing or renovating a home within Northwest Detroit. And for more information about that, you can go to Live Local NW Detroit. Live Local NWDetroit.com. So that's LIVELOCAL, N as in Nancy, W as in West for Northwest, and Detroit, DETROIT.com. Live Local NW Detroit.com. And I get a lot of information about employment opportunities, and I even saw so many this week that the
Mm-hmm.
Lions football team is hiring, 36th District Court, Social Security Administration. I will be posting these things on my Facebook page, which is Michelle Turner White um, on Facebook. And so I will be posting that information for you. And then also today, because right now savings is such a huge thing, with gas prices being so high and with food being so high. I was in the grocery store the other day and I just was looking for some lettuce, but I wanted spinach and lettuce mix. $5 for lettuce. $5. Matter of fact, it was more than $5 for lettuce. Come on now. Peach, $2 for one peach. So I thought I'd share some tips that I found on AARP, just some things that I've just started doing myself. A lot of the companies you need to, it says go through your bank statements, because there are a lot of companies where we are getting charged for this little thing. They'll do it under $12, $5.99, $2.99, taking money out of our accounts for different things. Go through your bank account and see if there are not little fees. It could be Amazon. You might be paying two Roku or HBO accounts. Go through your account and see. And so on. I was glad to see that on this list of things for us to go through, it said go through your bank account and see if you aren't being charged for different little charges. I even found one on my bank account, and they knew when I called. I had purchased a airline ticket and clicked some button, but I try to be very careful when I'm clicking the buttons because they're always putting up promotional things for you to grab onto. I just want to purchase a ticket, please. I'm not trying to do all the extra, but they get you. And so I was paying $12 and some change for something for a year. And she said, you when you were purchasing the ticket, she immediately knew when I called. I had to track it down. And she said, you've been paying this for a year, but I can only give you $50 back. She said, when you were purchasing an airline ticket, you clicked the button. And so we've been charging your account for a year for $12 and some change. That adds up. I saw I had two Disney, Amazon, something with Disney accounts. So go through. That's one thing you could do, is go to save money as we're looking to do better. Cancel something we really don't need to, because if we shop our closet, we've got plenty. Um, Comparison shop for your utilities. Well, I don't know. I'm a firm believer in staying with the whatever your main company is. Mine is DTE and Consumer Energy. I personally don't like the all the other companies. Maybe some people do. Um, Track supermarket sales cycles. I've started pulling out coupons now. I've never been a big coupon
Mm-hmm.
person, but I'm pulling them out now. Always pay yourself first. Set up overdraft protection if your bank account offers that. Um, Schedule 10-minute money buddy talks. Swap savings ideas weekly with a friend or relative as an accountability partner. That's not a bad idea. If you have a spouse, maybe that's someone that you could do that with. And if you don't have a spouse, and even if you have a spouse, doesn't mean that you all discuss financial matters of that nature. But find a friend if you want to, that you all can talk about saving opportunities. You don't have to necessarily tell all of your business, but that accountability partner will help remind you to do some things that you've been meaning to do regarding your account. So, those are just a few tips that I wanted to share today with our viewers and listeners. We do have viewers. We're viewing us right here on WJZZ Cool TV Community Updates. So, Miss Mickles, let's get right into
Mhm.
some of the job opportunities and things that you're going to share with us about. You sent me a very nice email with some of the things I've been telling you all about. Transportation opportunities. Where's the other flyer? Um, One more thing I wanted to share with you about Wayne County Community College District. Dr. Curtis L. Ivory has been who's the chancellor of Wayne County Community College District. He is now the CEO. He received the CEO of the Year award. And Wayne
Oh,
County Community College District does wonderful things for the community. All of our rooms, if you need a community service room for your event, the rooms are free and open to the community at all of the Wayne County Community College District campuses. Also, classes that if you're 60 and above, all of the classes at Wayne County Community College District are free. Any and every class that we offer is free to those who are 60 and over. And then we have different partnerships and programs where they'll pay you. You've been hearing me talk about that with Roush, where they'll pay you to be trained while you're learning, and then you receive a job upon completion. Well, guess what? Today we've got Miss Mickles here is the
mhm.
person who's working with that Roush partnership that I've been sharing with you about. But before she tells us that, there's also movie night at the Performing Arts Center at the Taylor campus of Wayne County Community College District. And we will have Sing will be showing on July the 6th. We just missed A Dog's Life. That was June the 8th. But on July the 6th, there's going to be Sing, the movie Sing. And it starts, it's at the Performing Arts Center of Wayne County Community College District. And it's an outdoor event and it begins at sundown. And then Bad Boys on August the 3rd. But I'll be telling you more about that as those times approach. So mark your calendars. One will be Wednesday, July the 6th. It's a PG movie for you and the family, and you can enjoy yourself and sit outside and have fun with you and your family and watch Sing. And then mark your calendar for August the 3rd. We will have Bad Boys. Not the Bad Boys. This is a cartoon movie called The Bad Boys. It's PG, not the one with Will Smith, which was also a very good movie. But this will be open at sundown at the Taylor campus, which is located on North Line. I'm sorry, at the Northwest campus, which is on Outer Drive, right at Southfield Freeway, 8200 West Outer Drive. And each of those movies will start showing at sundown at the Northwest campus of Wayne County Community College District. So, Miss Nichols, again, we thank you for coming
Oh,
out this evening. And I've been telling the people about this regular drivers,
mhm,
CDL drivers, full and part time,
mhm.
paid weekly, flexible hours, 14.50 an hour, various shifts, and tell us about some of the other jobs and this one as well.
Oh,
Have you
okay.
filled it up? I've been telling people about it every week.
Oh, well, that sounds fantastic. Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you for inviting me. I am so excited to be here today. And I'm also excited that it's warm outside. We have a lot of things to be excited about today.
Yes.
Well, first of all, I am Krishinda Mickles, and I'm with Performance Driven Workforce, better known as PDW. Just so you know, just in case you haven't heard of us, but Michelle has been telling you quite a bit. But I'm live and in person here today to tell you even more about our job opportunities. Performance Driven Workforce is a national workforce management company that operates in major cities throughout the United States. We're very happy to say that Metro Detroit is our headquarters. However, in addition to Metro Detroit, we also have operations in Colorado Springs, Las Vegas, Miami, Austin, Texas, and Minnesota, and a little city called Bemidji, uh, Washington, D.C. We're all over the place. So, for all the WJZZ listeners, No matter what city you're in, I believe we might have a city close to you. So I'm going to start
Wonderful.
by telling you some of our opportunities. What we're known for is our test car drivers. We hire test car drivers that drive and evaluate new model vehicles from major automotive manufacturers throughout the United States,
Mhm.
but especially in Michigan.
Wonderful.
So what we do is we are test driving right now pre-production vehicles, 2023 new models, 2024 new models.
I want to just stop, pause for one moment because I want to give them the number so they can call in again. Again, you're listening to us on WJZZ Cool TV. We have Miss Mickles right here. If you aren't looking for employment or want to
Mhm.
make some extra money somewhere, someone you know is, call them, ask them to tune in. Maybe your children, your grandchildren, your brother, your sister, your friend,
Mhm.
your neighbor. Call them, let them know. But you can call in here, ask questions to Miss Mickles at 313-355-6018. Again, that's 313-355-6018. Give us a call. Ask Miss Mickles some questions. Do you have various shifts for the
Yes, yes. In fact, I'm kind of going back to our test car driver jobs, and just in case you go to our application, our website, the jobs are referred to as just general drivers. But I do want to give you more information now. Our test car drivers are it's very unique. You literally get to create your own work schedule. We have morning, we have afternoon, we have weekend shifts. You
wow?
can mix and match them. And
Mhm,
not only that, uh, we have college students that work for us,
mhm.
students that are in training. We have retirees, we have veterans, we have people who are looking for second jobs. We even have some police officers that work for us.
Wow.
We have some teachers that work for us. And we also have people that are in transition. Let's say that you're just getting back into the
Welcome.
workforce. This is a great time to get into back into the workforce. So let's say you want to start off slow. I would like to share with you that we have sanitized vehicles and you would be in the vehicles alone. So if that's something that concerns you, we've answered that for you. But once again, we hire test car drivers that evaluate new model vehicles in Livonia and Allen Park and Warren and Auburn Hills. That's in the state of Michigan. They're very flexible jobs. You get to create your own work hours. And what I'd like to do also is share with you some of the qualifications. First of all, you don't have to have any automotive technical experience.
What?
We absolutely correct. We have three qualifications. One, you have to have a valid U.S. driver's license. Two, you have to have 2 years of U.S. driving experience.
Mhm. So you
And
just can't be
third,
16.
correct. Sorry, but permit doesn't. We don't include permit experience.
Okay.
Third, you have to have a good driving record. Now, you don't have to have an excellent driving record. That doesn't mean that you can't have any tickets, but you do have to be insurable.
Okay.
Okay. So once again, that's a good driving record. So we
So
still.
how do you determine, does the person have to show you their insurance card that they have?
Oh, that's an excellent question.
Okay.
So what happens is when you apply on our website, and we're going to share that before we leave today.
Mm-hmm.
We have a application that is less than 5 minutes long.
Mm.
So you would just go and you'd share your name, your address, email, and a phone number that we could get in touch with you.
Mm-hmm.
Right after that, uh, someone would call you within 24 hours. And at that time, they'd ask you, "Are you still interested?" And if so, they'd send you an offer, and you just share your license, your driver's license, because we do have to have a background check.
Mm-hmm.
And what they would do is on a case by case basis, they would look at your driver's license and determine whether it's insurable. We're not looking for your insurance because we're going to insure you
Okay.
because you're driving our cars.
So that's huge, listeners, especially if whether it's for yourself or someone else. If the person doesn't have insurance, they're not asking to see your insurance. They're going to insure you. So you just need to show your driver's
Hmm.
license and have a decent driving record.
Correct. So another thing too, just in case, if if you're not real familiar with us, I know you have to be familiar with our cars, especially if you live in Metro Detroit. So if you've ever seen 4 or 5 cars out on the road and they look just alike,
Mhm.
or if you see those camouflage cars, those are us.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I've seen some
Yeah, you
camouflage
see them.
cars.
Yeah. So they'll be Ford, they'll be uh, I was going to say Chrysler, but Stellantis,
Uh-huh.
and General Motors vehicles.
Mhm.
And the cars now, just so you understand, you're going to be driving on predetermined routes. It's primarily expressway driving. You're not going up north, and you're not going out of state.
Okay.
You'll be in a vehicle alone. Once again, that's a sanitized vehicle.
Mm.
There are 4 to 5 cars. There is a lead driver. It is an 8-hour shift. You have a break in the beginning, a break towards the end, and lunch in the middle. Now, let me tell you what a normal day looks like, or afternoon or weekend, depending on what shift you're interested in.
Mhm.
So, what happens is you'll meet with one of the assistant engineers and they'll give you an evaluation. On that evaluation, they'll tell you what they're looking for that day. So, there'll be some true and false, and you'll have to write a sentence. Now, we're not looking for you to write a term paper, we're not looking for you to write a paragraph, but
Mhm.
what we are looking for is your comments as a consumer. We want
Okay.
to know what you think.
So it's kind of a hands-on survey.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
we you do have to write a sentence.
Mhm.
We're not going to penalize you have if you have a few words wrong, but once again, it's in your terms. I do want to make very clear that you're never going to be testing anything like the brakes.
Okay.
No issues like that. We're
Okay.
talking safety here.
Mhm.
So what these are pre production cars. So
Mhm.
before you and I purchase a car,
Mhm.
before it goes online,
Mhm.
we want to make certain that everything is fixed,
Mhm.
especially with the price of vehicles today.
Yes.
So what happens is they take all of the evaluations, they put them in the system, and then the engineers are able to determine what needs to be done or if the car is ready to be produced.
Mhm.
So, as I said earlier, these are 2023 vehicles and 2024 vehicles. So, there's just a lot of information that they need to gather.
Mhm.
Some things they'll kind of have an idea that there might be something wrong.
Mhm.
They might have cars where they say, well, okay, we fixed this, but we need to hear, is it really fixed?
Mhm.
Is it really up to par? So the
So can
information,
people work? I'm sorry.
go ahead.
Can they work? Let's say you have a job
Hmm.
and you want to work on the weekends, maybe Saturdays and Sundays, maybe 1 or 2 days during the week. They can make their own schedule, and that's fine. Or like you said, you could be in school. So for those college students, but you got to be have a you can't have a fresh driver's license
Correct.
because you have to have 2 years experience
Hmm.
of driving,
Yeah.
and then they can make their own schedule. And how much does it pay? It starts off
That's
as
at 14 and 1450. Another good thing too is that let's just say you're a senior citizen. Let's just say you have another job. You might just want to work 4 to 5 days a month. You might want to say, well, let me just see how this is going to work.
Mhm.
So if you want to do that and increase it, it's okay. If you're just working Saturdays, that's okay.
Okay.
But if you say, I have 4 or 5 days, that's okay. There's some people that might say, I'd like a second job. Another thing that's really great, let's just say you're a grandmother
Mhm.
and you want to go out of town to see your grandchildren.
Mhm.
If you need to go out of town for a week, or if you're a college student and you need to really study for a week, especially if you kind of been haven't been, doing what you should do. If you need to take off a week, you don't have to make an excuse up. You just
Okay.
put it in the system
Mhm.
and then you come back. Let's say, for instance, we have people who work with us in metropolitan Detroit and they move to Florida, Fort Myers. Uh, what they can do is just transfer to Fort Myers. They might be retired and just still continue with that job because we have locations in once again Fort Myers, Las Vegas, Colorado Springs. So it's just a matter of you saying before you go, do you have any locations somewhere else? And
And
makes
you even said Austin, Texas. We have
yes.
some Austin, Texas listeners.
Oh, okay, that's fantastic. And in fact, that's a really good note because in addition to our test car drivers, there's a lot of other jobs I wanted to tell you about. We have special projects. We have a lot of special autonomous vehicle projects, in particular in Miami, Washington, D.C., and Texas and in the
Wow.
Pennsylvania area. So if you're an automotive technician, or if you're looking to have a job as a coordinator, and you're interested in working with electrical vehicles, we have positions that are open, and we would be more than happy to consider your application.
So where should they go if they want to? Again, you're watching and listening to us right here
Mhm.
on WJZZ Cool TV Community Updates. And if you have any questions for Ms. Crescenda Mickles, who's a part of PDW Workforce, which is Performance Driven Workforce, you give us a call right here, 313-355-6018. Again,
Mhm.
313-355-6018. I know that many of our listeners have people that well, again, they might not have 2 years driving. You got a lot of students on their way to college looking for
Mhm.
jobs for the summer, or maybe coming back home for the
Mhm.
summer, and they might have 2 years experience driving already, because that I see that is the
Yeah.
only thing. But again, you said seniors and all different
Mhm.
groups of people. How do they? Which do they call you? Do they? What is the
You
website?
just apply online. It's pdworkforce.com. So that's P as in Peter, D as in driver, workforce.com. And we'll be repeating that again uh, quite a bit,
Yes.
because we want to make certain that you get it. Another thing too, and I wanted to kind of elaborate on what you said. We have lots of college students. We have students from Wayne County Community, Wayne State. We have uh, Oakland Community College, Oakland University, the University of Detroit,
So in
just
any of the
all
states
over.
that you have employment opportunities, they can be college students from
Yeah,
everywhere.
we have in Las Vegas. Another thing I'd like to mention too is that I know that we have people that are enrolled in workforce development programs through Michigan Works. So let's just say you're in a program, and you're just getting back to work. You don't have to be a college student.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to be a student. If you're interested, apply. Once again, you don't have to have any automotive technical experience. You have to have a valid driver's license and 2 years of U.S. driving experience. And fill out the application, and, and we'll look forward to working with you. Another thing, too, is that let's just say you're a returning citizen. Don't rule yourself out with us. We
Okay.
do that on a case by case basis.
Mm-hmm.
We have lots of employees that work with us as drivers, as mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
I remember meeting one gentleman at Michigan Works, and we were having a job fair, and he was like sitting in the corner. And I walked over to him and I said, "What are you looking for today?" And he just said, he says, "It kind of works in the same way." I said, "Tell me about, let me see your resume." I said, "Tell me about yourself." And he said to me, he was a returning citizen,
Mm-hmm.
and he said that he had worked as a backyard mechanic for like 7 or 8 years. And I said, "You sound like the real thing."
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have a certification, didn't have any certifications, but he had worked with engines. He really had a lot of good transferable skills.
Mm-hmm.
So I said to him, I said, "You know what?" I said, "Why don't you apply, and we're going to help you with your resume,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to put that on your resume, because I can see that you've already had other jobs. Maybe it was an assembly or somewhere where you come to work for a week,
Mm-hmm.
so we can see that you come to work."
Mm-hmm.
I said, but this is some good experience. And I kid you not, he ended up working for us, and he worked for us for about 2 years. He started off at $18 with benefits. And one day I was in the office and I heard his voice and his name, and I came out and I said, "I am just so sorry. I know they had you working all this overtime, which is time and a half." And he looked at me, he says, "I'm not sorry." But he ended up working for us, and you know, he could have gone anywhere he wanted to, because once you get that experience,
Mm-hmm.
he could go work for a $30 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But we were able to help change his life. And the interesting thing about it was he didn't even have a license. He had some issues with his license. We were able to approve his background. Then they said, "Well, there's something with his license." I said, "How do you have a license problem and get the background?"
So
change.
he had a good skill set.
Yeah, he had a good skill set, and not only that, that it was a skill set that he had kind of put to the side and didn't think it was valuable.
Mm.
And in addition to that, he didn't have an active license, but he was a mechanic. Just in case you don't know, you can get a job as a mechanic without a license. There are a lot of jobs where you don't have to drive the cars.
Mhm.
So make certain that you're not counting yourself out, whether
Yes.
it's with us or any other employees.
So
Employers,
important to stay positive. I was just sharing that with someone as I was coming in. No matter what the situation, don't count yourself out. Speak positively, think positively,
mhm,
and don't count yourself out. See if you're so you heard Miss Mickles say you don't even have to have a driver's license for some of the employment opportunities that they have available at PDW Workforce.
mhm.
So go and look. Go and look online at pdwworkforce.com and see some of the. I see a list of them here that she's brought that she sent me on an email today. And again, these are job opportunities, employment opportunities, career opportunities around the country. This is community updates, and we serve and service communities all around the country. So tell us about some of the other. I see veterans,
Yes.
transferable skills opportunities.
Yeah, and just kind of going back to the mechanics and the automotive technicians. So we have the apprenticeship program. We're starting a new one in the
Is
fall.
that the one with
Yeah,
Roush?
that is with Roush and Wayne County Community College. It's called Earn and Learn. So you can get a certification in automotive as an automotive technician. That's 2 years. We will take care of all of your schooling, all of your books, but in addition to that, you get hands-on training with Roush, and they will pay you from $14 to $18 plus benefits. And
Say that again. So they'll pay you to go to
yes,
school, $14 to $18, buy all of your, they're paying for school, paying for your books, everything.
yes, and when you
What if
come,
I need bus tickets to, oh, but you're paying me so I
well,
can
you know
get there?
what? There's so many agencies that are there to help. So we work closely with Michigan Works. We work closely with Sir Metro, Detroit at
Mhm.
Work, Focus Hope. So there's so many agencies that are standing around that would love to help you get to the next stage.
Mhm.
So going back to that with the apprenticeships, if you're interested in mechanics, we have that. But if you're a certified mechanic or you don't have certification, we have opportunities for both of those groups. But kind of getting to the veterans, we are a veteran friendly employer. And
Okay.
we're not just a veteran friendly employer on paper,
Mhm.
we are a veteran friendly employer in our hearts. Okay, just
Wonderful.
want to make certain you know that. So, veterans are wonderful. Uh, they're wonderful for several reasons, especially with employers.
Mhm.
One, they have a lot of transferable skills. The
Mhm.
first thing they have is that everybody knows veterans are reliable.
Right.
Two, they have a commitment to a mission because they've already signed up for
Right.
a mission.
Mhm.
But three, they have a lot of transferable skills. We have a lot of people who have transferable mechanic and automotive skills that go right into to work. And let's not just limit it to our company. You there are so many areas in the military where your transferable skills can be used in multiple industries. So although I'm here today talking about PDW, we have Michigan Works offices, the workforce offices throughout the state of Michigan, and you can walk into any office and they will help you um, identify what's transferable because in all of those offices they have a veteran employment specialist. So once again, there are transferable skills. Another thing that's really new in the state of Michigan as of January is that the state of Michigan has a new CDL military waiver program. So if you've been in the Army Reserve, if you've been in the National Guard or
Mhm.
the military, and you have any experience with heavy duty trucks, you can go to your commander and he will sign off on a 2-page waiver. And you can go to any Secretary of State office in the state of Michigan and they will allow you not to take the tests, and not to have not you don't have to take the written test like everyone else. You don't even have to take a training program. They circle the vehicles and you automatically get a CDL, and it's recognizable in the state of Michigan, which means you can go from 17 to $30 just based upon your transferable experience. Now, if you're in Colorado, you can do the same thing. I talked to some uh, employment managers in Colorado yesterday, and they have the exact same program. So, once again, if you're a veteran, uh, don't think that no one's looking for you, because there are a lot of people looking for the type of skills that you have. And not only that, if you're a veteran, even if you don't think your skills are perfect, there are a lot of employers that will bend over backwards to help you and give you more consideration than anyone else alive.
Mhm.
So just want to let you know
I know
that.
some veterans that are doing well, but they're because of injuries they've had,
Hmm.
they might be receiving disability,
Hmm.
but they're not making enough money to sustain themselves on being on disability.
Right.
So they're looking. Matter of fact, I talked to two people.
Hmm.
Another person today is looking to do something under the table. Now I know these aren't under the table
That's
jobs, but
okay.
as I'm hearing about these employment opportunities, I'm thinking maybe you could make more money if you just come out of disability and then get back, get on retirement when you need to. I don't know.
That's a very good question. In fact, one of my friends who just retired, uh, he worked with Michigan. He worked inside the Michigan Works, but he was a veteran employment uh, coordinator. And every Michigan Works office, there is, so that's Detroit at Work.
Hmm.
There's offices all over. You have Northwest, you have Connor, you have Sir Metro. Uh, you or in any city, whether it's Wayne, Taylor, Warren, Southfield, you can go into a Michigan Works office, go to the veteran employment person, and even if if you have a disability, that does not rule you out. In fact, the person that I worked with for over 6 years, when he was telling me that the veterans that he got jobs for were disabled, I said, "What kind of disability?" I said, "The people that you're sending me don't have a disability." And he looked at me and said, "I have a disability." I said, "What do you have?" But a lot of times people might have disabilities that are not, it could be
Invisible. It could be
light,
a
it could be, yeah.
disc in their
And
neck or something.
he was on his third retirement.
Mm.
And I didn't get it. I said, "Wow, I didn't know that."
Okay.
And some of the best employees that he's pre-screened to us were all uh, disabled,
Disabled.
but they were still able to keep their benefits.
Right.
When
Okay.
you're a veteran, you can do those type of things.
That's what I want to. So, because again, I've got two people, if they're not
Yeah.
listening this evening, that are veterans that fall into that category. And so you have someone there that will help the veterans still be able to keep their benefits and they can work.
And my email, my personal email, feel free to call me, and I will put you in touch with the office that's closest to you. But that's what they do every day. They're special offices for veterans.
You want to give your email?
Oh yes, I'm gonna give it real slow.
Okay.
C Mickles at pdworkforce.com. That's C as in cat, Mickles, M as in Mary, ICKELS, like in Sam, at pdworkforce.com. Please feel free to contact me. And once again, I'm here for Performance Driven Workforce, but the truth of the matter is, I'm here for you today.
Yeah.
Because I have the same thing in common as everyone else sitting in this table, and that is that we're here to help people, because
Yeah.
we got a lot of help as we're sitting at the table.
Yes,
Yes.
I'm going to
exactly.
have help tomorrow morning. So
Yes.
that's what we do.
When
And
I first met you and was talking to you, and we were excited about helping people.
yeah,
Yes, and I love that she was very when I first met her, and we have our co-host here now, Miss Marshall, who there was a lot of traffic going on, but
Yes.
she's here, and but when we met, when I met
hmm
Miss Mickles, and she was excited to share these opportunities. And a lot of people aren't looking for employment, or you're having challenge with people looking for
Hmm.
employment. Is that?
Yeah, and it's kind of different. I remember when 2020 first started out and everything was virtual.
Mhm.
You had all these virtual job fairs, and everyone that hadn't operated virtually had to learn how to do it.
Right.
So it's challenging, but what I do want to let you know is that a lot of the workforce offices have reopened. Michigan Works have they a lot of them have reopened. Some of them might not be full time, but you can literally go on their website and make an appointment. The rest of them do have people coming in. Focus Hope is open. It's my understanding that Focus Hope just graduated a CDLA class. So
Okay.
Detroit Employment Solutions, I just was told yesterday that they just graduated their another CDL training class. So things have continued. I mean, the world did not stop.
Mhm.
Another thing I want to share with you is that this is really a good time while people need workers to get on board. I said this to a lot of with at Goodwill. I did a virtual job fair for Goodwill in 2020,
Mhm.
and that's when just people were not coming out the house. And I told them, I said, you know what? I said, well, everybody's sitting at home. This is your opportunity. I said, no matter what you have or don't have on your background, if you show up for work, you're going to be ahead of a lot of these people who
Mhm.
didn't come. So,
Mhm.
uh, and you want to get back. And real world, in a year, we really don't know what's going to happen with the economy.
Mhm.
But if someone's looking at a list and they say this person came to work every day,
Mhm.
it doesn't matter how perfect another person looks.
Mhm.
You're the person that came to work when they needed someone, and you probably heard in some cities they have a shortage of parts
Mhm.
because they don't even have enough people on the production line.
Oh, there's shortages everywhere because people are getting checks from the government and have opted not to work. But that's going to end. And then what are you going to do? And you might as well be getting some training, some free training through
Yeah.
some of these programs at PDW Workforce, or Wayne County Community College District also
Oh
has a
yes,
free truck driving
yes.
program. And then you've mentioned several other through Focus
Oh
Hope, and
yes.
free programs that are available on top of, if you're not looking, let's say
Hmm.
it's someone that is educated and has
Hmm.
their credentials, but just
Hmm.
wants to go into maybe work for
Hmm.
PD. Tell us some of the jobs and employment opportunities that you have for
Uh,
people that are skilled already, but maybe want to make more money.
we have jobs in recruiting. We have jobs as coordinators. There's lots of jobs, and once again, uh, I'm here for PDW, but I'm also here just to kind of enforce what Michelle is saying, and that is that the unemployment is not going to last forever,
Mhm.
and this is really an opportunity to get back to work. And not only that, the neat thing about it is, I guess in every scenario there's good and bad. But within the last 2 years, employers who never would have increased their wages
Mhm. Have
have
done so.
increased their wages.
Signing
Seriously,
bonuses. Right.
I heard that McDonald's was
$15 an
7. No,
hour.
I heard last week
17.
$17 an hour.
Wow.
Someone told me that there was a White Castle paying $18 an hour.
Wow.
So you have a lot of manufacturers
Mhm.
now, even in assembly and manufacturing,
Mhm.
without even having a particular skill set. They're paying $18 and $19
Mhm.
with full benefits.
And you have to always count the benefits. That is part of your income. When you don't have to pay for uh, medicine or have coverage to go to the doctor, and what is the fee when we go,
Copay,
the copay. That's important. That's a part of your income.
the dentist, the
The
visual,
dentist, that's right.
What about 401k?
a 401k. We have a 401k, and there are a lot of other companies that have it, but this is really it's a crucial time right now
Mhm.
because once again we can't really give a forecast for what's going to happen next
Right.
year.
But we've
So
got to be prepared.
you want to get in right now
Mhm.
because there's a possibility that people won't be hiring like they're hiring right now. So even if you look at your unemployment and say, you know what, I'm going to wait until it fully runs out. Well, the difference between what they're going to give you and what you're going to get, it's not going to be the same.
Mhm.
And this is a really good time to get a jump start.
And if you wait until everyone is clamoring for the employment position, you may or may not get it. You may or may not get the one that you like. And then you're in a on the flip side saying, I don't get any more money from the
Right.
government and I can't find employment. Well, right now there's employment everywhere. When I hear people say I can't find a job, why? Everywhere you go, there's saying signs saying please apply. And like you just said, McDonald's has gone up to $17 an hour. I heard someone say, but I don't want to work at McDonald's. Okay. Well, we've got Miss Crescenda Mickles right here that's telling you all about other opportunities
Yeah.
for workforce and employment with PDW Workforce and Employment Opportunities. Whether you're a veteran, whether you're a senior, whether you're a college student, whether you're a grandmother just wanting or grandfather wanting to go back to work or make money around your schedule and make money for a particular time frame. Maybe you want to make some money for Christmas and or whatever, and or go on a trip. And you want to work part time, work around your
Mhm.
schedule. You can be a CDL driver, or what do you call this? The general
A
drivers.
general driver. We have regular drivers, so it's not just CDL drivers.
Mhm.
If you have just a regular driver's license, that's fine. It's not just fine in Michigan, but in Las Vegas and Colorado Springs and Fort Myers,
In Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas.
Mhm.
Yes, yes. Somebody likes Austin, Texas.
I've got
Yes.
family in Austin,
Oh,
Texas.
okay.
I'll be there in July.
Okay.
So how
Yeah.
long does the process take? Again, I missed that part.
The process will, well, I'll start off with the apprenticeship program is 2 years.
Okay.
So generally with our jobs, it depends on how fast you move. It can be anywhere from a week to 2 weeks. It shouldn't go on longer than 2 weeks because they're going to ask you for information. We do have drug tests.
Okay.
I have to let you know that we do have drug tests. Quite naturally, we would because you're dealing with vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
So it has to be insured. I know that in Colorado, about 2 years ago, they would say to us,
Mhm.
"Well, it's legal, but still, you have people that insure vehicles, and
Mhm.
that's their requirement. So we're not the ones that provide the insurance. We have insurance providers,
Mhm.
and that's something that you really need to consider
Mhm.
because a lot of employers still have drug tests.
Mhm.
So
So clean yourself out, stop smoking the weed, go get the job. I remember some young students I was talking to, and their mother was there, and I said she was trying to help her sons find employment, and she was like, I know you know about some jobs. And they all said, well, we smoke weed. I said, well, how about you stop smoking weed and get yourself a job? Just chill and go get employed.
well, money answers a lot of things.
Mhm.
So you can switch off. Um, you can do a good switch off, but you want to just go ahead and do what you need to do in order to get into the workforce.
So most of these jobs deal with the manufacturing and automotive industry. Tell us more about are you doing electrical vehicle
Oh
training
yes,
as well?
yeah. Now with the apprenticeship program, part of the automotive technician training is with electrical vehicles.
Hmm.
So you'll be getting hands-on experience with electrical vehicles and just about every type of cutting technology that it is. I mean, it's a wonderful opportunity. Once again, you get to go to school and everything is paid for, and you have a full-time paid position.
And again, I think it started at 14.50 an hour.
Yeah, 14 starts at 14, depending on what your skill set is. And our last three cohorts or training groups, uh, we had people who came in who had some type of mechanic experience, and they weren't certified,
Right.
but they came in and they went right in as assemblers,
Mhm.
making like $18 and $17.
Mhm.
And in fact, we said, what happened to the 14? Well, 14 and 1450 is if you're a test car driver. But if we see that you have more skills and you just want to go right in and speed it up, there are jobs for you. Not only that, if you have any type of experience in material control, a warehouse,
Mhm.
maybe you've been
So now,
in
tell us what material control is.
material control is when you're working with like a forklift and moving um, the different supply, because you might be one of those people who you've been in material control and you say, you know what, I think I want to be an automotive technician. I think I want to switch career paths. And you look at that money. I mean, there are a lot of mechanics right now.
Mhm.
They can name their own price. After
Mhm.
2 years, you could literally step into like 80,000.
Mhm.
After 5 or 6 years, their mechanics making almost $90,000 because there's a shortage of mechanics throughout the United
There
States.
is. And now with electrical vehicles, we're going to be moving over to EV vehicles. They said all of the cars by 2028. Isn't this 2022?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's in a short period of time.
So
So
yeah.
we need to be getting ourselves trained if that's your area, your career
Mhm.
direction, or something you'd like it to become your career
Mhm.
direction. So you can reach Miss Mickles, or you can go on. She gave her email address,
Mhm.
and you can also go to the website, which is pdworkforce.com. Again, that's pdworkforce.com. And we've had Miss Crescenda Mickles here sharing with us many employment opportunities, many career changes, whether you're a veteran, and I think you even said some of the veterans, they can, depending on what they did in service, they might end up going from 18 to $30 an hour.
Transferable skills.
Transferable
They've
skills.
driven the trucks. They even, let's just say, if you work on planes as mechanics, that experience is transferable from an airplane to an automotive vehicle because they know that one, you have a general idea, and there's so much new technology that they know that you're used to working as a mechanic. There's just some basic things, skills that mechanics have that are transferable.
Okay, that is wonderful. Did you have anything else that you wanted to ask Ms. Mickles before we tune off, tune out today? And
No.
we've been trying to bring you great information every week right here on WJZZ Cool TV Community Updates. So we thank you, Miss Mickles, for you sharing so much. We've got about 2 more minutes here, and are there any other employment opportunities that you want to make us aware of, or anything else about PDW workforce? And again, this is community information that we're giving for around the country, not just here in Michigan. And she has shared with you that they have offices all over the country. And tell us the offices again.
Miami, in fact, for three groups, if you're someone looking for a job, we'll be more than happy to have you. Help you whether it's in Michigan or throughout the country. If you're an employer and you need help finding employees, we have special projects, as I said, in with Ford and Roush in Miami, where we're working on the pilot program, massive program for autonomous vehicles and electric vehicles.
Mhm.
And if you're a
Now, what
community,
are autonomous
it's the
vehicles?
same thing, yeah.
Mhm.
But let's just say you're a community partner and you have some projects that you want uh, to um, to partner with.
Mhm.
We worked on the downtown autonomous project in downtown Detroit. I
Mhm.
don't know if you remember that shuttle
Mhm.
in downtown, the autonomous shuttle project
Mhm.
in downtown Detroit before the pandemic.
Mhm.
We worked with Wayne State University on that. Uh, we have a lot of partnerships. We work with people who are training employers. We work with the Michigan Minority Supplier Development Corporation. They have a workforce development um, department. So if you just need to be connected, we're here to connect.
Well, that's wonderful. You have definitely shared a wealth of information with us today. Again, go to pdwworkforce.com. Look at all the opportunities that are available. You have tuned in with us here on WJZZ Cool TV Community Updates. We thank you for tuning in. And also, if you'd like to volunteer to be part of the Detroit Jazz Fest downtown and work with the Lions Club, as well as the Sleep in Heavenly Peace making beds for babies, give me a call at 248-238-4863. And I will also be posting a lot of this information on my Facebook page, Michelle Turner White, and you can check me out there. So thank you for coming, Miss Mickles. We appreciate you.
Mhm.
Thank you, Marshall. And I don't know, this might be Marshall's last day hosting with us today. And we
Yes.
thank you for all of the times that you've been here. You've been a great help and support.
I loved it. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're more than welcome. So, again, thank you for tuning in. Community updates right here on WJZZ Cool TV. See you next week.
Bye. Okay.